Okay, so here are my clothes for the 4 days, 3 nights. It's kind of a lot, but I like to have a nice dry change of clothes, and summer clothes take up no room compared to winter, so I'm just going to jam it all into this dry bag here. I've got a fleecy because it's supposed to go down to 9 degrees and I get cold really easy. I probably won't need it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I've got a sport long sleeve. It's made of that water type repellent. It's not really waterproof, maybe water resistant a little bit, and it breathes real nice. I just have a cotton long sleeve. I like to sleep in that. I also like to put it under layers. I find it keeps me warm. I know cotton kills, but in the summer, to me, it's a little different. I got my bag of underwear there. Wouldn't need to talk about those. Tank top, a couple t-shirts, lots of underlayers because they don't take up a lot of room, and if they get damp I can just change them and then just put the long sleeves back over top, right? Got a bathing suit here, sports bra, my hat for bad hair day, or if it rains, the hat is priceless, always makes you feel like it's not really raining. Headband, my towel, shorts, sleeping tights, another pair of shorts, and my Mountain Hardwear pants. They are not waterproof either, but they're water resistant. So yes, there's quite a lot of clothes, and I'm okay with it. I always open them just a little bit so that when you squish it, the air can come out and it doesn't break the bag. Otherwise, I find it splits the bag. Because these two are my extra layers for when it gets cold, it's not supposed to be cold till Saturday or maybe Sunday. I'm just going to put them in the bottom. Bathing suit. I guess it doesn't really matter, but so you can actually just like jam all this stuff in here really good. Okay, let's take it over to the other stuff. Here's all my stuff for my trip this weekend to the French River. I will try to go over everything. A couple people have asked me to make a video to show what I take with me. This trip is 3 nights, 4 days, and I'm going to be staying at a different site every day. So I'm trying to be lighter than I normally am because I think it would be just fun to try, but on the other hand, I am kayak camping and I only have, I believe, one 195 meter portage, so I really don't have to carry this stuff very much. Okay, so let's go over the food. Right now I just have it separated into breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks and things just to kind of keep track, and then what I'm going to do is sort them into the barrel by day. So I have a strawberry scone. Thought I'd switch it up this trip. Just have something quick and simple, nothing I have to cook because I am moving from site to site. And these things looked really hearty. I got it from a bakery in Port Carling that's known for very good eats called Field of Greens. I have an English muffin here with some cooked bacon, just 2 pieces, and these 2 eggs are going to go with that. And I have an egg sandwich. I've got a chocolate chip banana scone, also very hearty for another breakfast. And then I have emergency 2 bags of oatmeal. I don't usually eat oatmeal because it's very fibrous and I have colitis. And even though I'm not in the flare, I could eat fiber, but I try to keep it very limited so that I don't have any issues. Okay, so for lunches, I have a couple of wraps here. I've got some 2-year-old aged cheddar in some cheesecloth, some kielbasa, and some salami, and I also got some prosciutto, and both of these things are from Stephen Morley's butcher shop in Port Curling. They also sold me some lovely female bacon, and that's going to go on here. I brought 3 pieces, so I'm going to actually cut this bread into 3 because it's so high. It's a nice crusty bun. It's not going to get squished or anything. And the female bacon is right now, I put in a Ziploc with some ice, some water in it. It's freezing just to keep it cold, a little colder. So because tomorrow's going to be warm, and then after that it's going to be fairly cool for the next couple of days. So it should keep okay. So the female bacon is actually soaking in maple syrup and some Dijon mustard, and now it's freezing. So that should be tasty. Here's my lovely in hopes of backup. I've got fish crisp here in case I catch some fish, and I have a big Ziploc here so that I can actually just pour however much fish crisp I want in it and put the fish in there and just mix them right in the bag. I've got some olive oil, which is going to go for part of one of my dinners, but I can also use it as extra if I don't have enough oil here for the fish. And this is just half a package of mashed potato mix in case I have a nice fish dinner. So that's a little backup meal there. I have these Triscuits, and what I did was I put elastics on them and keep them together. I thought maybe strength in numbers would keep them from breaking. We go over here with the cheese and all the nice little meats. Here, I found some herbs. We have a garden with a bunch of different herbs. This one is lemon balm, and I read up on it. I found out you can make it into a nice refreshing drink. It's good for headaches, helps you sleep. It's got a bunch of different uses. And this is spearmint. So, and the lemon balm you can also wipe on your body for bug repellent. So that's an added bonus. It just has a lot of uses. So I thought, hey, why not? It doesn't take up much room and it smells great. It might come in handy. I thought also I could use it for the fish. Over here I have just a little bit of beverage. This is coconut rum. It's very small. I think there's maybe 2 shots in here, 2.5 shots. And I have my Dasani drops mixed berry. So I just mix that with water, and then I have a nice little cocktail, one for each night. Butter, that's for the eggs, and also for this meal. This is my other dinner. This is dehydrated morel mushrooms, which I picked from the property here where I live at earlier this year. And I also have dehydrated asparagus and just some egg noodles, nesting noodles, very light, and they cook actually very fast. Up here, I've got some snacks. I've got some corn chips. Something I've been eating lately that's new. I find them very filling, and they're kind of hearty. They stand up, so they're good. I've got some apple slices here that I dehydrated with cinnamon on them. They're quite tasty. A hot chocolate mix, gotta have that from Timmy's. A couple of Snickers, and yes, I am a chocoholic, and these are my snacks because, as I said, I can't have like a lot of trail mixes and stuff. So got some cookies and some chocolate covered almonds and a Godiva chocolate bar. And then over here I just have 2 backup granola bars. I have been eating a couple of these lately and they haven't been bugging me, so I figured I'll just bring some and maybe I can have 1 or 2 over the weekend. I also just have like a little bag of some teas here, ginger peach and nighttime tea, and Deep Woods Off wipes because that's going in the barrel. And we've got some soap and some salt and some pepper. So I think that covers everything that goes in the barrel. Except my toiletries that I have here. I just have some unscented deodorant, my toothbrush. I've got a little bit of Clinique face cream in here that I like to put on my face, especially if I get a little sunburn. It's nice. And a small toothpaste and a floss. And then this little bag, I actually bring in the tent with me because there's nothing scented. It has some acid reflux medicine that I've been taking daily. My mini flashlight that I love. It's a UST actually flashlight, but it's fantastic, and it's also waterproof. so it's good to have when I'm on the boat within sunrise and sunset, an hour of. It's one of the things you have to have for safety. And this is a hairbrush that also has a little mirror in it, so, and some earplugs, just in case we have some noisy neighbors or who knows what. So there's the food portion. Now tomorrow I'm having a steak for dinner with asparagus, and that is free in the freezer right now. I'll just wrap that up in some newspaper and I'll eat it the first night, so that'll be fine and dandy. Okay, so there's the food. Okay, so here's the rest of my gear that I'm bringing on my 4-day, 3-night trip. In this bag is my rain pants and my rain jacket. It probably just looks like one giant thing, but there's 2 items in here. I could squish them up pretty good. I don't put those in my clothes bag because it's supposed to rain tomorrow. We're supposed to get 80% chance of rain, and it's supposed to be like something like 30 to 55 millimeters. So I'm keeping this out somewhere near me on the top of the hatch or even behind my seat, so that if I need that, it's easy to get to and I don't have to dig through the whole dry bag. Toilet paper, important obviously for many reasons. 2 fuels. I usually bring just one. It depends. We've got rain for 2 days expected, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to cook on a fire, and you never know if one of your fuels is faulty. And I'm kayak camping and I'm only doing 1 small portage, so the weight isn't a huge deal. This is my tarp, which I absolutely love. I was not going to bring it, but due to the amount of rain we're getting tomorrow and Saturday, I thought better to be safe than sorry. It doesn't take up a lot of room. It's about the size of a Nalgene bottle, so better to have it. This is my Thermarest Neo Air. I absolutely love it. Tent pegs, tent poles, my Marmot tungsten 2-person tent. Love that. And it's also got a vestibule in the front and the back, which is good for, you know, putting your bags and stuff outside of the rain, but outside of the tent, but you know, away from the rain. My Marmot sleeping bag, yes, it's a -9 and I get very cold at night. It's going to be about 9 degrees, I heard, the low, so who knows, could get down even lower, and if it's raining and damp, then that's not fun, so I would rather be warm. That's something that I've learned over the years, is that it's important for me to be warm at night when I sleep, or I don't sleep, so I carry that sucker. This bag has my kayaking stuff in it. I have a compass for my deck, and this is my pump, obviously, my bilge pump, and my paddle float. My paddle float also doubles as my pillow for sleeping. I packed a little pillowcase for it. The last couple times I've used it, I just put a t-shirt over it, and it's worked great. It makes a great pillow. It's actually bigger than my Thermarest pillow, and it packs down smaller. My tow rope, as well as my emergency line that I'm required to have on the boat. Over here, I'm actually going to go around to the other side of the table so it's easier to see. Got some of my, what I call my essentials, in this bag here. As you can see, it's super nothing, it's just flat. I bring these, I guess they're cutting boards from the dollar store. They're fantastic. I lay these out, I use them to cook, like make my food, prepare my food on, use it as a cutting board. It's great for fanning the fire. It has a million uses. When you're out in the forest, usually, you know, the ground is pine needles, and if it rains, it gets wet and everything gets stuck to everything. So it's nice to have these to put down. I also just have a small grill from the dollar store as well, just in case I cook on the fire. I have something there. I have some foil here. I always bring about 4 or 6 sheets of foil. I actually fold it up. But foil has so many uses, and it's fantastic. It doesn't take up any room. It doesn't weigh anything. So I always bring some foil, and I just slide it right in that bag there. So, all right, so I have my Sven saw here to cut wood. I have my brand new, well, it's not brand new, but it's brand new to me. My dad gave me this really nice fishing knife on the weekend when we did our daddy-daughter fishing trip, and sharpened it nice and good for me, so it's all ready to fillet my fish. I also have a knife that I purchased online. I don't know how to say it properly, but it's Moraknil, I guess. It's pretty sharp. I haven't used it for much, but I like to use it for batoning wood if I need to. Shovel in case there's no privy. I'm not sure what the situation is where I'm going. And I've got my headlamp in addition to that flashlight that I showed you earlier from UST. I just use that and this, and then I always have my phone as a backup, but these two are usually good enough. I also have my blow-up flashlight that's coming, blow-up light. It's charging in the sun right now. My bug shirt and my bug net, my whistle always comes with me. Waterproof camera is a backup now. Compass. This is my little first aid kit. I don't have much in it as far as dressings and stuff like that, but I bring some extra bandanas and towels and things in case I need something like that. But there is a little bit of gauze in here. There's band-aids, and then there's all different types of medicines. Cold medicine, allergy medicine, Tylenol, migraine medicine, pretty much anything you would need is in there. Got an extra package of waterproof matches that I always carry, and somewhere in this pile is also a lighter, a backup lighter. There's my beacon, so in case I have trouble and I need help. My new GoPro, which I'm still on the fence about. I'm gonna try it out again this weekend and see if I learn to love it. Because I have used my phone mostly and the GoPro, they both charge on portable chargers, so I have my favorite portable charger, which I talked about in another video, my trip with Michelle. It's at 100%, so it's all good to go. This is a solar charger. I've charged it with electricity, and then it gets a small charge from solar. I find it doesn't work that great, but I'm bringing it as a backup. I also have a third one, my second favorite charger. It's still charging in the room right now, so. Over here is my cook set, and yes, it's kind of big, but I have other things in it. I'm making female bacon sliders the one night, and I'm hoping to catch some fish, so I brought my bigger frying pan. Also, it's good to cook eggs in, and I'm making a steak. Probably make it on the fire, but if I need to make it on the stove for some reason, it's supposed to be pouring rain, and if I have to make it on the stove, then I'm going to need it's just better to have one pan, and then I can just make the asparagus and the steak all in one pan. So here's my stove that I always carry with me. I love this stove. I've had it since 2002. It's amazing. It's a Primus. Never failed me. Just a dish towel, a J-cloth, which will end up going in the bear vault once I start using it. This is new to my kit, Pure Nice water drops. So last trip, my water filter sprung a small leak, and I put a little bit of duct tape on it. It seems to have done the job. I'm hoping it's still fine this weekend, but if not, I've got the backup here with the Pure Nice drops, and I love having that extra security because I need my water. I've also got some extra Ziploc bags in here in case I need them. And in here is just a couple of utensils that I have. The pot handles in here, forks and knives, well, one fork, one knife, and a spoon. So this goes on top of here. This goes there, and then this will get closed up in this little kit. Okay, so that's my cook kit. It's kind of big, but like I said, it's got a whole bunch of stuff in it otherwise. So, water filter, my fishing rod, which is a telescopic rod that I bought at Canadian Tire. My dad just gave me a new reel to put on it, so we switched that out last weekend, and it's really nice. It spins very nice. Here's my fishing kit. I've got my, I think I've got the lures in here, and my fishing license is in there as well. Everything together, and just my needle nose pliers that fit in there. So this dry bag is going to be used to put all these electronical things in there, and that's about it. So I'm going to start packing some of these things up, and I will show you how they are when they're all packed and ready to go, so you can kind of get an idea. Oh, and there's the clothes bag from earlier, and yeah, it's a little big, but I'm okay with that. Again, I like to be warm. I don't want to be soaking wet, and I want to be comfortable. I don't want to get sick or anything. So again, one portage at the end of the trip, so not a huge deal.